Hi YouTube, Joe here. I'm back right where I left you from the last video. This time I'm here to bring you my top 10 favorite spines from the group of 100 of the Criterion Collection, spines 101 to 200. I must say, all 100 weren't bad. It was hard to narrow it down. I have some honorable mentions. But I'm going to get right into it, and we'll see what you think about my top 10 that I chose. I kind of cheated, and I have a tie for the 10th spot. I couldn't let go of either of these because both are very, very good films. Those two being, at number 10, Closely Watched Trains, 1966, Czechoslovakia, and The Cranes Are Flying, 1957, Soviet Union. These are both beautiful films, different from one another, but both war films, both very beautiful. So I'm not going to talk too much about all these. I'm just kind of mainly do the list. I've talked about them in reviews before, and call me lazy or whatever, but yeah, I'm just going to go through them. But number 9. Ali, Fear Eats the Soul, 1974, Germany. I love it, I love it, I love it. Number 8, My Life as a Dog, 1985, Sweden. Great coming-of-age film. Number 7, which is kind of shocking that this is at 7 because I did love it so much. There were just so many good spines. The Adventures of Antoine Doinel, 1968 through 1979, France. All fantastic films. I love Truffaut. Number 6, The Vanishing, 1988, from the Netherlands. Hauntingly disturbing. Subtly disturbing. Maybe a masterpiece. Yeah. 5, In the Mood for Love, 2000, Hong Kong. One of the most beautiful films I've ever watched. Period. Yeah. Number 4, That Obscure Object of Desire, 1977, France. Something about this Buñuel film that I just fell in love with. I don't know what it is. It's a little unconventional. It's definitely a Buñuel film. And, yeah. I want to watch this again right now, just talking about it. So, number 3, Children of Paradise, 1945, France. What I would like to call it an epic, maybe because of its length, but also just because of how grand it is. How it's such a good film. It's such a good film. The writing is amazing. The acting is impeccable. It's maybe one of the best French films I've ever seen. Children of Paradise. If you haven't seen it, please go watch it. Please go watch it. I love it. Final 2 here. Number 2, believe it or not, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, 1998, United States. This is one of my favorite films. It's perfect to me. It's a masterpiece to me. Gilliam really outdid himself on this one, and I can watch this film over and over again. I love this film so much. Really, really do. Great adaptation to the book, the Hunter S. Thompson book, and just great acting too. I love this film. And last but not least, number 1, my favorite film of all time, The Royal Tenenbaums, 2001, United States. If you've been following my channel, you probably knew that this was coming because I made a video all by itself just for the spine, which is very atypical for my channel. And it's not that I'm like a Wes Anderson fanboy. I do love a number of his films. Some I don't really love. But this is just the greatest film I've ever seen, and it continues to be. I've seen it countless times. Something about it, many things about it really make it my favorite film. I'm wondering if it'll always be my favorite film. Possibly will be. So, to summarize, it's a little odd because, not every spine is one film. We have My number 7 was the box set, The Adventures of Antoine Duanel. But to summarize, we have one film from the 40s, one from the 50s, a couple from the 60s, a few from the 70s, a couple from the 80s, one from the 90s, and 2 from the early 2000s. 8 spines from Europe, 1 from Asia, and the top 2 being from the United States. My honorable mentions, I have quite a few. The higher tiered honorable mentions are Le Trot, Il Posto, Hiroshima Mon Amour, Rififi, The Hidden Fortress, Juliet of the Spirits, and Contempt. All deserving of praise, but not in my top 10. A little bit of a lower tiered honorable mention are Cries and Whispers, The Rock. Surprisingly, it's enjoyable, and it's atypical for the Criterion Collection, you know, Michael Bay. Billy Liar, 8.5, Hearts and Minds, Hopscotch, and Man Bites Dog. So there you go. That's all I have for you. Those are my honorable mentions, and before that were my top 10 favorite spines of the 100, with 2 being tied for 10. But that's okay, right? Yeah, I hope so. I cheated, but it's okay. Yeah, next video will be my top 10 disliked. It'll probably be an even shorter video. I might just be listing them and briefly talking about why I don't like them. But yeah, look out for that. Thanks for watching this. And yeah, subscribe if you haven't. And thank you.